Hello learners, I'm back again to continue with the study of secondary Christian religious education. In the last lesson, I gave an outline of the Form 4 syllabus. Today we want to begin with the first chapter. And the first chapter is Introduction to Christian Ethics. Introduction to Christian Ethics. This is secondary Christian religious education. We are starting the first chapter, which is Introduction to Christian Ethics. Christian Ethics. Introduction to Christian Ethics is the first chapter. The first chapter. Now, before the end of this lesson, or by the end of this lesson, you should be able to do the following. Learners, by the end of this chapter, by the end of this chapter, the learner should be able to, do the following. Number one, the first objective is that by the end of this chapter, you should be able to explain the meaning of Christian ethics. Explain the meaning of Christian ethics. The second objective is that you should be able to explain the basis of Christian ethics. Explain the basis of Christian ethics. Number three, the third objective, by the end of this chapter, you should be able to describe and appreciate Christian ethics. Describe and appreciate Christian ethics. Describe and appreciate Christian ethics. Then lastly, by the end of this chapter, the learner should be able to explain life skills and apply them in making critical life decisions. Explain life skills. Number four, should be able to explain life skills. The learner should be able to explain life skills and apply them in making critical life decisions, and apply them in making critical life decisions. You can see this subject is very important because this is one of the things, the chapters we are going to be covering, Introduction to Christian Ethics, and that's what we are going to do. These are 4 learning objectives for the first chapter. Learners, we will begin with the meaning of Christian ethics. What's the meaning of Christian ethics? And before we give the meaning of Christian ethics, we're going to define the term ethics first. We are going to define this term, ethics, because we are talking of Christian ethics. Before we explain the meaning of Christian ethics, we will give the meaning of the term ethics. What's the meaning of ethics? Learners, the word ethics is derived from the Greek word, there are two Greek words. Number one is ethos, which means character, and ethikos. Number two, ethikos, which means custom or conduct. So the word ethikos derives its root from two Greek words, ethos and ethikos, where ethos means character and ethikos means custom or conduct, And the word ethics is broadly used to refer to standard of conduct or guidelines. Okay, is a standard of conduct or guidelines, and these guidelines are meant to help people behave in a certain way. Okay, they are broadly used to refer to standard of conduct or guidelines for behavior. In other words, ethics is a set of rules. Okay, let me write. Means a set of rules or beliefs. It's a set of rules or norms or principles of right conduct, or principles of right conduct for a specified group of people, for a particular group of people. We can also say that ethics is concerned with the values relating to human conduct with respect to the rightness or wrongness of certain actions. With respect to rightness or wrongness, with respect to rightness or wrongness of certain actions. So ethics also refers to a set of moral principles. This refers to a set of moral principles. If you are to define the term ethics, you can just say ethics is a set of moral principles or values or attitudes that govern or control or influence a person's behavior or conduct. Okay? These are just rules. These are principles that guide human relationships. They guide human relationships. Or we can also say ethics is a study of morality, because sometimes the word ethics is used interchangeably with the word morals. Ethics refers to morals, all right? And you remember in Form 1, we defined morals as the ideals or the standards or principles of good behavior. Okay, morals we defined in Form 1 as the ideals or standards of good behavior, and therefore morals, just like ethics, influence a person's behavior by determining what is right or what is wrong. Each community has a set of rules which determines the rightness or the wrongness of actions. Every group of people, if people stay together, then they develop what we call ethics or set of rules which will guide behavior of persons. And each member of that group or community is expected to uphold or to obey these rules to ensure that there is peaceful and harmonious coexistence. If you have a group of people staying together, living together, then there has to be some form of guidelines on how they are going to relate to each other. And this has been the case since time immemorial, including even in the African traditional communities, right? There were a set of rules which were referred to as taboos, right? Where there are a group of people, then they will always have some rules which may be written or not written. So there are these traditional African communities which also had such societal principles and standards of good behavior, okay? And they were collectively referred to as taboos. So learners, though human beings may be different, may have different preferences or preferent tastes and aspirations, okay? They may have different tastes, preferences, or aspirations. Their conduct must be aligned. Each individual's conduct must be aligned with those of the rest of the community. Okay? This is to ensure mutual concern for one another and also uniformity in character and behavior. And any action in such a community that is not, that is contrary to the existing standards or principles of expected behavior, then such conduct is said or termed, is said to be unethical. Unethical or immoral. The individual who goes against the set rules, the set standards, the principles, the norms, all right? Then we say that individual is behaving unethically, okay? Is going contrary to the set principles. And in African traditional societies, failure to comply with what I call taboos and one severe punishment. So those who did not adhere to the taboos, they were severely punished. There are those who are even banished, okay, from the society. There are those who are stoned. So there was severe punishment for any unethical behavior within the African traditional communities. So ethics, candidates, again, I can say, is about choices. It's about actions which form and express our character, okay? Ethics is about choices. We make choices. We choose this action which may be seen to be right, or it may be deemed to be a wrong action. So these actions form or express our conduct or our character. They express our character. So ethics is, in other words, again, the art of making wise choices for the good of others and for our own good. Okay, when you are told to behave in a certain way, it's not just to please your parents or your teachers. When you are asked to behave ethically, it's for your own benefit and for the benefit of others. Okay, it is for our own benefit that we do what is good and shun what is not good. So ethics is based on just moral values and attitudes that determine an individual's behavior, and also societal behavior such as generosity. You can mention some of these values: generosity, honesty, Honesty. Being honest simply means being truthful, being open-minded. Okay? We have respect. Okay? As a value. Okay? Respect is also a social value. We are also most of the time told to be humble. Humble. Humility. There is kindness and so on. Kindness and so on. All these moral values, these are moral values. When you exhibit, when you are generous, or when you are honest, or when you are respectful, or when you are humble or kind, this is for your own benefit and also for the benefit of the society. There are all these values lead to happy life, prosperous life, life without stress, stress-free life. So we will be looking into these matters as we move on. So candidates, in our today's lesson I have defined the term ethics. Ethics. We are going to take a short break. When I come back, we will define Christian ethics. We've defined ethics from a general viewpoint. Generally speaking, we've said that ethics is derived from the Greek words, two Greek words, ethos and ethikos, which means character and custom or conduct respectively. We have also given alternative meanings of the word ethics. We said is a set of rules, norms, or principles of right conduct. Is a set of moral principles. Is a study of morality. I've said morals and ethics are used interchangeably. We've said that these principles, these norms are practiced in any group of people. People who stay together, they come up with rules, which is to regulate their conduct and living harmoniously. Individuals who do not obey these rules for example, the traditional African society, they were punished. They were regarded unethical or immoral, and they were punished severely. They were punished severely. We've also said that ethics is the art of making wise choices for the good of others and also for the good of yourself. And it is also based on moral values and attitudes that determine individuals' behavior and societal behavior. We've given examples of these values: generosity, honesty, respect, humility, and kindness. So thank you for being attentive. In the next lesson, we are going to take a short break. When we come, we will define Christian ethics. Bye-bye.